Back to the book. A new lieutenant had just joined Fox Company, an Annapolis graduate, a trade school man, a matter of understandable pride already in the battalion, our very own academy graduate. He had 4 years at Annapolis behind him. All those parades, all that tradition, all those Army-Navy games, and another 4 months at the basic school at Quantico. Fox Company was very excited having him. It made everything so official, so grand. But beyond that, he seemed a good man. A cool and professional young officer who would do his job. His name was Folger, and his nickname was Lucky, and he was 22 or 23 years old. When the barman squeezed off the burst, Marines came out of every bunker along the Fox Company line and on my flank. A dozen men with rifles and bars started down the hill after the raiders, hoping they could move faster than the Gooks with their prisoners, hoping to catch them before they crossed the river and disappeared into their own lines. Folger, who had not yet been out in front of the line because of the 5-day rule, was one of the first men to reach the grove of trees. As he and others ran through the low pines, hurtling over the spring, the deep thunk of mortars drifted up to us from across the valley. All around Folger, Marines threw themselves flat in the snow, pulling helmets down tight over their ears, legs pulled in close, cupping their bodies against what they knew was coming. Folger had never heard an incoming mortar before. One of the first shells hit Lucky Folger. A Marine who was nearby said Folger made no sound, could not have known he was hit. No one else was hit, only Folger. Scary thing. And I talked about that before on here, and being in situations where you can hear the mortars, and obviously you learn what that sounds like, and Folger hadn't learned yet. It didn't know what it was like, and you know, probably no one even thought that, you know, because I was thinking about how does this happen? No one tells them to get down. I'll tell you how that happens. Everyone else, it's so instinctive at this point. Yeah. They hear it and they get down. They're not looking around. They just think everyone knows. Like, oh yeah, obviously we got mortars coming. No one yells out incoming. Everyone gets down, and he just doesn't know it yet. And that lack of knowledge cost him his life. And that's why another thing, when you're doing turnover with guys overseas, like, go into detail on stuff, and stuff that you take for granted, don't take it for granted. And if you're worried about appearing condescending to someone, just go ahead and appear condescending. Just go ahead and go over the details and say, look, man, I don't mean to, I know you're not stupid, but I'm just going to go over this just in case you didn't know. Here's the deal. When you hear this noise, thunk, that means mortars are coming. So get down.